Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the INDYCAR series on Project Cars 2. This is round 6, race 1 here at Road America. So we're back off the oval spec cars, we're back into the road course cars with the downforce. It is Bidzster on pole position from Johnny. He's alongside him. Johnny McMullen is back for this one as you get ready for the start. Stevie's not closing the gap very much at the back, but here we go, we're off. Down towards the first corner, Neil Farmack closes up to the leaders, but you can't really get more than 2 wide here at Road America. Into the first corner we go. And we've got Neil, Gummy Bear up the inside of Neil. Blaney goes wide further back and Gummy Bear goes through into 4th place. We've got Bidzster there, Neil, then we've got Keith. He's into 5th, Blaney and Stevie making up the rear. So unfortunately only 7 cars in this, but we're hoping to grow the group over the next half season or so. It's going to get more people in. We go down towards the left-hander at the bottom of the straight into the turn 3. Johnny's starting to pull away from Bidzster. Bidzster trying to stay with him. Gummy Bear goes very wide onto the grass. Keith almost closes up to him there. Up and over the top. There goes Gummy Bear over the top of the hill. Very hard corner that because of the it goes off camber as Blakeney then with Stevie behind, trying to keep Stevie behind there. He went a bit slow off the previous corner and lost a bit of time out the corner there, but Stevie again not close enough to capitalise. So it is Johnny in the lead of the race then. McMullen leads the race from Bidzster in 2nd, Neil 3rd, Gummy Bear in 4th, Keith in 5th. Keith not doing too bad in 5th position, and then down to the next corner. The next corner we go. Gummy Bear into the right-hander at the end of the straight. Neil Farmer in a bit of a twitch out that corner there. Bidzster trying to stick with Johnny here. Looks like Johnny's got the upper hand in the pace so far. Onto the straight we go. Gummy Bear still with it. He's got Keith not far behind him. Keith makes a little mistake onto the straight there, and Blakeney could use a push to pass here. See if he can get through. Again, the top speed of these cars very similar because they do hit the rev limiter. They are a bit under-geared for this track, but that's the default setups for you. As we go, Keith. Keith as well. Blakeney hits him off. Blakeney hits Keith off, just shoves him out of the way. And is Blakeney stopping for him? Is he slowing down and letting him back through? Because that was a push to pass. Literally a push to pass, not the actual push to pass boost, but yes he is. I think he's waiting for him, but he's got to be careful not to let Stevie through as well. Coming up to the draft, he's going to he moves over to block Stevie, and I think he's going to let Keith through, or is he just... No, he's not actually, he's not letting Keith through, so that could possibly be a penalty for Blakeney as Johnny's lost it from the lead. Johnny McMullen loses the car from the lead. Oh wow, and Neil's gone back down to 4th as well, so did something happen there? We'll get a replay. Blakeney to watch the incident between him and Keith before we look at the other replay. And then here as he was back off, then we just bang, hit him off the track. Definitely hit him. We slowed down initially, but then we just decided to get going again. So looks like he can't make his mind up what he's doing, but goes wide there to try and let people through. But again, in the end, he doesn't actually let him through. And here's what happened just after that. It's Johnny McMullen. Here we go into the corner. Then just loses the rear end, and then he's on the racing line almost. Then he tries to back out of the way, but then he just stops. It's like, well, why do you just stay there? Why don't you just stay on the inside and let people go around you and then turn round and then get going? So Johnny McMullen there causing an incident with Neil while he rejoined. And just after that happened, guys, before we come back to the actual race here, up here we've got Blake going up the inside of Neil, and then Neil goes wide, Stevie goes back onto the grass, Neil goes onto the grass, and then it's all after you, and Keith was up to 5th, so that's how Neil went down the order. So as we come back from that with Johnny reversing into Neil Farmack there, we have Bidzster in the lead of the race then. Bidzster inherits the lead of the race, round the long right-hander, killing that front left tyre. Gummy Bear, the American, in 2nd place. So he's in 2nd place there. Blakeney's now up to 3rd after all that, but he'll be under investigation for not letting Keith back through after that incident, because that was a push to pass. So Stevie in 4th, Keith now back down to 5th, and Neil in 6th, and Johnny in 7th there. So Johnny back down to 7th place, and Neil just in front of him. Johnny closes up to the back of him. Johnny has got lots of good pace here, but looks like he needs to work on his awareness. So definitely needs to work on his awareness. He's a bit too hot-headed, young and hot-headed probably. but around the outside he tries to go with Neil Farmack, and he does so. Neil just thinks right, I'm just going to let him go since he's all over the back of me and he's unpredictable. I'm going to let him go. So Johnny goes up to 6th place. So Johnny, he's a fast driver, but proving that he's a bit accident prone in this. So we'll have to see if he can improve his driving. So it doesn't matter whether you've raced in real life or not, you've got to show that you can race clean on here. As Johnny goes wide there, and Neil Farmack tries to follow him, so it'll not serve him right for trying to follow him. So the Pertec car closing up on Keith here, so Keith the next target for Johnny. Meanwhile, a bit further ahead, we've got Blakeney and Stevie running a bit close together as well, but I think the next battle is going to be Keith and Johnny. So down here, let's hope Johnny can get this right this time. Into the corner, let's look at Johnny. Here we go, into the left-hander as Neil almost outbrakes himself there, and all of a sudden Johnny's going very wide off the track there, so he's got to watch the track limits there, but he's lost more time than gain, so he's trying to use more of the track than he can. And Stevie's lost it as well. Stevie's gone round, so Stevie goes round there. Don't know if it was helped. Another replay will answer the question. What happens to Stevie on lap 3 then? So he goes into the corner way too fast, rear end over rotates, and luckily he parks it on the tarmac section and then waits to spin round, just waits on the edge of the track, spins the car round and rejoins safely. Meanwhile, Bidzster in the lead of the race, 2.4 seconds roughly to Gummy Bear in 2nd place. There he is, he's not too far behind. Then we've got Blakeney in 3rd place, who just took a detour onto the grass. Keith in 4th, Johnny McMullen in 5th, so lost time to him there as Neil Farmack closes up behind as well. Remember, we have got the pit stops in this race and the pit window is open from now, so can't pit on the first 2 laps, but from this lap onwards they can all pit. They've got to switch from the red wall alternate tyres to the white wall primary tyres, even though it doesn't change the graphic on the replay, but I can tell when you've done the tyre change, obviously, because I can see that the wheels have come off and come on, so I can see that you've actually done your tyre change properly, so don't worry, I've got my own little ways of finding out. So when we go up back, we've got Keith nicely going round here. We've got Johnny catching him, so there's Johnny. We're on the roof cam of Johnny's car into the first corner. Off the limiter, down a gear or 2, and then into the first corner. Looks like we're closing up on Keith here. Let's go to the outside. Down to this next corner. Closes up, but can't quite get the move done. He's going for a run out the corner, trying to get a good run out the corner, and there he is. He gets a good run. Keith moves to one side. On the power, I think Johnny's going to get past on pure power. He got a good run out the corner, but Keith's staying with him. He's not letting him have it. Keith's staying with him, but now he's got past him already. So Keith backs off before the braking zone. Decides to not battle Johnny for it, and moves back down to 5th place. Neil Farmack the next one to try and have a go at Keith, but catching up's one thing, passing's quite another, and with the Road America being quite a narrow track, it's all about the run out the corner, which Johnny used to his advantage there on Keith, and he got past him quite nicely there. So into 4th place goes Johnny on lap 4. Keith just under rotating the back wheel there, just puffing the brake, as Bidzster then moves on in the lead, 2.6 seconds ahead of Gummy, so it's still the same rough gap there. So Gummy doing very well to keep up with Bidzster here. Just looks like he's got some good pace in that car. As he goes round the corner there and out of the corner there, Blake coming up to the same car in the same corner, not the same car, in the Andretti Autosport car. Johnny then in the Pertec car and the independent Keith, teammates with Blakeney in the Andretti Autosport car. It's a different sponsorship as they have in American racing. And Stevie is, he's gone right back. Stevie's gone way back here. So Stevie must have made a couple of errors. So unless he's pitted earlier, we didn't see. But I didn't see a pit stop. But all the pit stops will be checked after the race anyway. So don't worry about that. We'll see all the things that have been happening in the race anyway. So here we go. Keith and Neil. Keith to the first corner in the yellow car. Neil behind in the AJ Foyt Enterprises car, teammate to Bidzster as he looks for the inside down to turn 2, but now goes back in. Keith just defending the inside line a little bit, not having to cover it a lot. Then onto the straight. Neil Farmack would have got a good run there, but he went onto the grass. That's going to lose him time, and he's going to have to wait another lap or 2 to try and catch up to Keith again. So the gap extends for Keith. Meanwhile, Blakeney there in 3rd place. Johnny on the move to try and catch him now. So Johnny definitely with the man on the pace. So Johnny proving he's got the pace, but when it comes to one-on-one battles, he's a bit rusty. But we'll see what he can do as he goes on in this race. Meanwhile, Bidzster up front, 3.9 to 4 seconds behind, ahead of Gummy now, so pulling out a gap. So Bidzster deciding to put his foot down a little bit, just try and work out a bit more of a gap from Gummy Bear. There he is. He's about to come through the same shot, so roughly a 4-second gap. And there's Blake, and there's Johnny behind. You can see Johnny behind in the Pertec car. There he is. The Pertec Team Murray car, the Chevrolet. Into the corner, into the more or less the penultimate corner around this little S, and then towards the last corner, which does actually turn back on itself a little bit, just over 90-degree corner, over the curb a little bit there. Perfect line there from Johnny as he powers up the hill to try and catch Blake. There's Neil then trying to catch up to Keith. He's in 6th place, trying to catch up to Keith. Keith's just going over the line there, and then there's Neil. So 1.7 seconds roughly is the gap. Neil obviously went back a bit further when he made that mistake at almost this point on the previous lap, not this first corner but this second corner down here. He made a mistake down here, he went right wide onto the grass. Let's see if he gets it right this time. Down the hill, into the brakes, into the corner, and a little bit of curb. Oh, Keith does it that time, so Keith's done it that time. So Neil will be able to close up a bit, but they'll more or less have the same top speed because of the short gearing. So can Keith get up to speed in time? I think he has, but Neil closes up, close. And not going to go for the move here yet though, as Keith goes into the corner, gets the car stopped on the line and then powers up the hill. So Neil's got the gap down now because obviously Keith made that mistake. But as the legend Murray Walker says, catching up is one thing, passing is quite another. Neil Farmer and back, he just lost a bit of time to Keith there because he went wide at the top of the hill, but all good there. There's Johnny McMullen now, 6/10 behind Blakeney. In the next shot you'll see Blake, there he is. The yellow car being caught by the blue car of Johnny McMullen. Into this almost second to last corner. Brake. Blakeney definitely defending the inside now, not wanting to try and let Johnny through if he can avoid it. Wants all the places he can get, but Johnny's definitely the man with the pace at the minute. Definitely the man with the pace. Gave Bidzster a good run for his money in qualifying, but Bidzster just managed to pull out a good lap as Blakeney then goes onto the grass and makes life very easy for Johnny to pass. So Blake goes onto the grass, just too much pace into that last corner, and that's what the price that you pay. So back down to 4th place goes Blake, and up to 3rd now goes Johnny McMullen with about 5 or 6 seconds worth of clear air in front of him to then catch up to Gummy Bear, which is the next car. He's going around turn 2, and Johnny's just come up to the entrance to turn 2. So a good, probably a 5-second gap between the two. 5 or 6 seconds. Meanwhile, Bidzster's still only 3.7 in front of Gummy Bear, 3 to 3.5 seconds ahead. So just keeping it nice and consistent. Bidzster at the minute, doing what he can. Gummy Bear coming up to the same corner there, just going over under the Corvette bridge, and now it's Johnny's turn. He's just come up the hill. Just over 5 seconds into the corner. There we go. Very hard corner that, because you go up over the hill. There's Neil Farmack and Blake. So Neil Farmack's catching Blake here. Let's have a little look at this corner. So you go over the hill, break over the top of the hill, and the car goes very light, and then all of a sudden it compresses into the ground again, which can easily cause a spin. So Neil Farmack then up to 5th place. Keith down to 6th. So Keith, Steve's only 18 seconds behind. So he's I say only 18 seconds. It's quite a big gap, but a few mistakes I think for Stevie in this race. As Blakeney then, there he goes. Oh, he goes wide onto the grass again, and Neil Farmack's going to close up. He's going to go for it on the inside before this fast right-hander, and he does. He has the momentum, goes straight through past Blake, and Blake now will try and take the draft from Neil Farmack and try and follow him best he can. But Neil Farmack then back up to 4th place after getting hit by Johnny earlier. So again, that'll be investigated, but we'll see. I don't want to turn into Formula 1 and investigate every single little incident that goes on, because there are some, sometimes you just got to, you've got to class it off as racing, because that's what they are doing. Formula 1 doesn't get that sometimes. They just want people to drive around the track and earn as much money as possible. But yes, it's called racing. So we'll see what happens with Johnny earlier, because he did have quite a big lack of awareness there of reversing. I'll just reverse straight onto the track. and in front of other people, when you should really wait until you know there's a gap and then rejoin safely. But we'll see what happens after the race with that. Meanwhile, Bidzster still the same gap to Gummy Bear, probably a bit less, just the gap varying a little bit, but Bidzster not doing a bad job there in the lead of the race, roughly 3 seconds ahead of Gummy Bear, who's just coming out that same corner there. There's the same shot. And then we've got Johnny, who's 9 seconds behind the leader. And we've got 9 seconds to Neil Farmack already, so definitely doing a good job there. Neil Farmack and Blake are about 1.2 seconds behind Neil, so we're going to think about pit stops at some point, because these alternate tyres will be going off, because Road America is a tyre killer, and especially when it's a lovely day like it is today. It is quite warm here at Road America, so the tyres will overheat a lot, and also with the long corners and the fast G, as you can see around this corner as we watch Neil go around here, this is roughly 120 miles an hour plus around this corner consistently, and the front left tyre is screaming for mercy, so we'll see who's going to fold and who's going to pit first for the primary tyres. So they will be a bit slower, but they will be able to take a lot more of the load in the high-speed corners. So even though it's a slower tyre, you will get actually more speed through the longer corners, but these slow corners, you'll have a lot of trouble with traction out of the corner. So we will see, and into the corner, so we will see what the strategies are going to be. But meanwhile, we're looking at Bidzster. He's not pitted yet on lap 9. He's still quite happy to tick along in that AJ Foyt car. Then we've got Gummy Bear 2.5 behind him now, so Gummy Bear's starting to close in slightly on Bidzster now, so that's Bidzster's tyres are starting to go off a bit more than Gummy's are, but Gummy catching up, and Johnny now only 7 seconds behind the leader. It was 9, so definitely on the move is Johnny. And then Neil Farmack in 4th place. He's 2 seconds ahead of Blakeney now, and 11 seconds behind Johnny McMullen, so definitely some work to do there for Neil Farmack. So we're really hoping to try and fill up the grid in this Project Cars series. Obviously GT Sport, the more popular game for LPB racing, but Project Cars is the ultimate simulation. It is a really good game, and we're just hoping to try and get more people in it. So we should hopefully have a return of an old face by the end of the season. It should be Footman making his return after going off for a while, because his partner's just brought life into the world, which is congratulations to Footman, and a big congratulations to the Footman family. And we'll hope to see Footman back in the next few weeks, probably, maybe in the next couple of weeks, or even the next start of the next championship, to start trying to whoop his arse once again. So we look forward to your return, Footman. There's Blakeney there in 5th place. He's trying to catch up to Neil, but still not quite been able to do it. 3 seconds to Neil Farmack now. Neil Farmack just edging the gap over Blakeney there. And meanwhile, we've got Keith further back. He's on his own in 6th place, so just not having the pace, and I don't think these IndyCars are up to Keith's taste, really. I think we've done a lot of open wheel over the last couple of seasons, so I think he's ready for a move to tin tops. So it should be quite some fun. Stevie then far back, he's 19 seconds behind Keith, so not the best race for Stevie in this one. Big lift around that corner there, so the tyres obviously giving up slowly, as I think I saw, did I see a change position there? No, I didn't know, it was just the graphic updating itself. So Johnny's he's actually only 4 seconds off Gummy Bear now, and still 7 seconds off the lead, so not able to close in at the rate of knots he probably wants to, but trying as hard as he might, you never know. So Johnny's going round up the hill under the Corvette Bridge. So Bidzster out in front. Gummy Bear, you can see visually the gap coming down. Gummy Bear on the move here. Let's go a little on board with Gummy here through this corner here, and then round the long right-hander. You can see Bidzster's car, you can see the little name tag just above Bidzster's name there. There he is, you can just see the car now. So Bidzster's tyres look like they've just about had enough, and Gummy Bear trying to close up here, flat out through this right-hander. Ooh, a little bit of curb on the outside, very risky stuff there from Gummy Bear, because hitting that curb can cause you some problems, but doesn't faze the American as he hits the brakes hard into the right-hander. Then try to pick up the power, avoid the curve on the outside a bit too much, and then, yeah, so you can definitely see we're catching Bidzster. Another 10th has come out of it, so Wonder if anyone's going to pit this time. Let's have a look at Bidzster. Is he going to pit this time, or is he had enough? No, he's going to go round again. Gummy Bear behind, he goes round again as well. So still feeling as though the tyres are still up to the job. And Johnny McMullen now 6.5 seconds off the lead. So 6.5, 7 seconds. So still roughly the same gap for them as well. Over the line, lap 11 of 21. Just over half, well, just about half distance in this race, roughly. So Johnny trying to catch up to the leaders, and at the rate of knots he's going, he might do it. We'll have to see in the Pertec car. Well, meanwhile, Gummy is still catching Bidzster. He's taking about a couple of tenths out of lap on Bidzster. You can see the gap there. Bidzster ahead, so not looking like he's got the pace anymore. So I'm looking him into this corner then in the black and orange car. Yep, wide he goes. Yep, he's the tyres have just about had enough, and Gummy Bear goes off as well. So he decides to follow Bidzster. Not probably the best idea with dead tyres, but that'll help Bidzster out a little bit. He'll have a little bit of breathing room from Gummy now, and another second added on. So all good for Bidzster, just a bit more relaxing for him as he slides the car through there. And Johnny, let's see if Johnny's got how Johnny's grip's going. Let's see if he's losing his grip. I don't think he is. No, Johnny's still going strong here, so looking after his tyres well. Lap 11 of 21, so 10 laps after this left in this race. Ooh, just avoids the curb on the exit there, very close to disaster for Johnny there. As Neil back in 4th place, so a bit more spread out now, unfortunately, but we'll see how the race develops. The leader's still in the top 3, still in the 49s. Bidzster only just in the 49s still, he's almost in the 50s now. And Gummy Bear and Johnny in the low 49s, so Bidzster's tyres definitely not feeling up to the best. But still goes round again, so still wanting to try and survive a bit longer. Gummy Bear goes through as well. He's not deciding to pit yet. Now will Johnny pull a little wild card here? Yes, he is! Into the pits goes Johnny. So Johnny's going to pit this lap now. Will Bidzster and Gummy Bear respond? So Johnny's in. Will Neil pit this time? Will Neil have a little go at the pits, or is he going to keep going? He's going to keep going. He had to think about it. So Johnny's in the pits then. Bidzster and Gummy Bear will want to try and get on it now as fast as he can. Go on board with the cockpit of Bidzster's car. See the revs up to the top there. This is the helmet cam from Bidzster's view as we go into the corner. You can see going into the apex. It's nicely on the steering there. Gummy Bear, let's look at Gummy's line. Oh, a bit more locks, he went a bit wider, but all good there. Back to track side as Johnny come out the pits yet. Now he's still going down the pit lane because quite a long pit lane here at Road America. It's very wide, but it's very long. So going down the pits as Keith's into the pits as well. As anyone else decided to pit? No, Neil and Blake go round. Keith's in the pits as well. Stevie, is he going to pit this time? No, he goes round as well. So there's Keith. Johnny's back on track now. He's on. I know it says it's showing the red wall there, but that should be the primary tyre that he's on. There we go, primary tyre, and then trying to get used to the rubber, and off we go. Bidzster there in 1st position. Gummy Bear 3.7 seconds back in 2nd place. These two will be pushing for a pit stop gap now. Neil Farmack's on the move as well. See if he can make some progress. So Johnny then, he's just coming down towards turn 2, and the leaders are just coming up to the last corner. So that's how long the pit lane is. It takes you right back. So here we go. Let's see if Bidzster pits this time. Yes, he is. Bidzster's in. So Bidzster's in, and crucially, will Gummy Bear follow him? No, Gummy Bear goes round again, so he's thinking the tyres are still good enough. Bidzster slows down at the top of the hill then, and looks for his pit box. Down the pit lane we go, and then we see we go into the pits there, and then stop at the first box, which is Bidzster's. Up on the jacks we go. Neil Farmer there in 3rd place, Bidzster in the pits. He's going down off the jacks any moment now. There we go, you can see the tyre wall's changed. There we go. I know it doesn't show it on the others, but Bidzster just getting up to speed there, just grabbing a gear. There we go. Blakeney goes through into 3rd place there. So let's see where Johnny is. Where's Johnny? Second to last corner, more or less. So Bidzster going down the pit lane, so he'll definitely be out in front of Johnny. But let's see what the gap difference is as they come out the pits. Johnny's just at the last corner now, onto the power, onto the straight. Bidzster's just been released from the pit lane now. So there's Bidzster coming towards the 1st corner then, so he's out the pits. And there's Johnny just going across the line now. So yeah, he's definitely kept the 9 or 8 second gap. Might even have made a little bit of time there. So Bidzster looks like he's actually made some time out of the pit stop. so must have slowed down very last minute into the pits and tried to work out all the gap he could. So Gummy Bear now will be the next one to pit. Hopefully, we'll see. So Gummy Bear, Neil, Blakeney have not pitted yet. Stevie hasn't either, I don't think. So Stevie hasn't pitted either yet, but Keith has already pitted. He's further back down the order now. Once Stevie pits, he should be behind Keith. So between Bidzster and Johnny, still that 7-second gap. So Bidzster doing well to retain that gap after the pit stops. Neil Farmack coming up to the Gummy Bear rather coming up to the last corner. That 13 of 21. Is he going to pit? No, he's going round again. So still feels as though the tyres are up to the job. Either that or he doesn't want to risk the primary tyres because he doesn't like the feel of them or something. But not going round there as Neil Farmack then comes towards the last corner. Now will he pit this time? Out of the corner, yes he is. There we are. Neil Farmack then in the AJ4 Enterprises car into the pits. So pit lane time for Neil. Blakeney's coming out the last corner as well, and he decides to go round. So Blakeney and Gummy Bear deciding to go longer into this race and have less time on the primary tyre. So we'll see if that does pay dividends for him. But all we can do is wait and see as Bidzster's pulled out a little bit of a gap on Johnny there. So it's up to 8.2 seconds from 7.4. So increase the gap a little bit there. So Bidzster liking these tyres a bit better than Johnny, obviously, probably. So we'll see. The first corner, sliding the car around on the ultimate edge of grip. Down to the bottom of the hill. Picking up the power, a little twitcher's on the way out, but all good there. Bidzster pushing hard, and so is Johnny. Here we go, let's watch Johnny through the same corner. More or less the same line as Bidzster, a little bit wider, but we're all good and nice and smooth there for Johnny. So both cars doing very well exiting those corners. Gummy Bear is coming down towards the penultimate corner, more or less. Down towards there, and we've got Blake. Who's that in? Well, we've got a car in front, and probably Keith coming up to lap. Yeah, but remember, Gummy Bear's got a pit yet, so we'll be far off lapping Keith once Gummy and Blakeney come into the pits. So Gummy Bear towards the last corner, 14 of 21. Will this lap be the lap, or will he keep going still? No, he's going to keep going still. So Gummy Bear really wanting to go long on these tyres, so obviously not wanting to spend any time on those primary tyres whatsoever. But remember, you've got to do a minimum of 3 laps on them because the pit lane window ends on lap 19, so you've got to do 19, 20 and 21 on that tyre, so at least 2 or 3 laps on the tyre. But he goes round towards the last corner. Will he do it this time? So as we know that Gummy Bear hasn't, he's already at the exit of the second corner. Blakeney comes towards the line, and no, and again Blakeney and Gummy deciding to go really long into this race. So different strategies here that could pay off. As Bidzster and Johnny still the rough same gap, 8.5 to 8.5 seconds. I think the gap's growing even larger than that. I think it's about 9 seconds now between Bidzster and Johnny. So obviously Bidzster enjoying these primary tyres a lot more than he expected, because Bidzster in the first half of the season hated the primary tyres. There weren't any grip on him whatsoever. He just could not get the grip. But it looks like he's learnt how to. Well, I was going to say learnt how to drive. He makes a little mistake there, but that's only a little mistake compared to what could happen. So Bidzster not doing too bad so far, and Johnny keeping it as smooth as ever in 4th place, just trying to reel Bidzster in slowly. But again, he's not reeling him in as quick as he needs to. Stevie and Neil, and Stevie's not pitted. I don't know if he has pitted already, but again, the replay will be checked after the race again anyway to see if he has pitted earlier on in this race. Neil Farmer in 6th place there. Further back, Keith back in 7th. He's almost getting caught by Gummy Bear. Will Gummy Bear try and stick at it and try and lap Keith, or will he go into the pits this time? Around the last corner, and yes, now is the time to pit for Gummy Bear. In he goes, up towards the pit lane limiter line, which is just there. Slows the car down and then trinkles down the pit lane at a mind-boggling 37 miles an hour. Yeah, definite light speed in these pit lanes, very slow. So into the pit lane box goes Gummy Bear for his tyre change. Blakeney then in 2nd place there, as Gummy Bear still in the pits. So will Blake pit, or will he want to take the lead for a lap? As he goes wide on the last corner, that might signal that he's going into the pits. Yes, it is. Tyres are finished. So into the pits he goes as Bidzster goes around the last corner there. So there's Gummy Bear heading out the pit lane. There's Bidzster. Here he goes. Bidzster then up to the line. Gummy Bear's coming towards the end of the pit lane. He's not quite there yet. There's Blake and there's Bidzster. Through he goes. Gummy Bear comes out the pit lane, and there goes Bidzster off through to turn 1. Gummy Bear's out the pits there, and there's Johnny. There's Johnny. So there's Gummy ahead of us. So Gummy Bear definitely comes out ahead of us there. So Gummy Bear out of turn 1, and Johnny into turn 1, and then out of turn 1. So gap is more or less what it was before the pit stops, guys. So Bidzster pulled out a little bit of a gap on Gummy Bear, but the same gaps have emerged. So Stevie was up to 4th. Neil Farmack in 5th. 5th place for Neil Farmack. He's got Stevie to catch in front of him. That's if Stevie's made his pit stop already, because we don't know. But we'll find out later on in the race as the race develops. Blakeney back down in 6th now after the pit stop, so not helped him at all going a bit longer, but we'll see what these new tyres do for him as Keith just hops along at the back. So obviously not really enjoying these cars very much, Keith, and but at least he's out there, he's still earning the points, he's still trying, so and hopefully enjoying driving the car. So we'll see how Keith gets on later on in the race as we look to Gummy Bear, who's in the lead. Gummy Bear's in the lead. Where's Bidzster? Bidzster's made a mistake. So Bidzster's lost the 6-second lead he had. He's made a mistake. Replay. Okay, here's the replay what happened to Bidzster. So it was similar to what happened to Stevie early on in the race. Straight into the corner, too fast for the rear end to cope with, and the front end turns and the rear ender says no thank you. Resets his car because it would be too dangerous to try and turn around there, trying to reverse towards traffic. So resets sensibly and gets on with the race. So as we come back from that then, Bidzster makes a mistake and loses the lead. Gummy Bear then in the lead, so the top 3 now looking rather close. So Gummy Bear 1 second ahead of Bidzster, who is also 1 second ahead of Johnny. So looks like we've got a top 3 shootout now for the remainder of this race. So into the last corner goes Gummy Bear. Bidzster will be livid, trying to make up the time he's lost. Again, it's hard to make up time on this track because it's such a high-speed track, and the limit and the top end of these cars is about 170, 180 mile an hour, and it just buzzes the rev limiter. Down to the next corner, Gummy Bear in the lead, Bidzster second. On the first corner, sliding the car. So look, doesn't look like this. Looks like, oh, Johnny's lost it altogether in the background. Johnny's lost it, hits the wall, and oh, that was the quickest recovery in history. So hits the wall and then just bounces himself back, and I don't even think he lost too much time there. So he only lost about 4 seconds or so not too bad there from Johnny. Pretty quick recovery. So I would imagine quite lucky as well with how the trajectory of the car ended up, but he continues. Bit of a bent rear wing, but luckily the damage is actually off. It's just visual damage, so the actual performance damage is off. So Johnny shouldn't have a problem there, and he goes around the next corner and gets that one done quite nicely. There's Bidzster. Goes down the hill, trying to catch Gummy Bear here. Gummy Bear going through the left-hander at the bottom of the hill. Very nicely through there from Gummy, and Bidzster then nicely through there as well. So just the rear, looks like the tyres are just starting to warm up, and Bidzster doesn't like it when they get warm, these ones, because they don't feel like they should, but you know, we all have different driving styles, and obviously the harder compound tyre doesn't suit Bidzster's driving styles. The softer ones are better for him, but he's doing well in this one so far. So he's only been beaten once this championship. He's only been beaten once, and that was TY that beat him in Indianapolis GP. He's won every single race so far up to now. Let's see if he can keep up his record. Go out the last corner, Gummy Bear now 2 seconds ahead, so Gummy Bear pulling out the gap a little bit over Bidzster as we go to start lap 18 of this race. Everyone else further back, very spread out, so Stevie's gone even further down now. So Stevie hadn't pitted, and he has done now. So Stevie goes back down to 7th place. He's a whole minute behind Keith now, so I've not helped him out very much. But again, you've got to do your pit stop. So Stevie in for the primary tyres, and still just trying to work his way around to the flag. Oh, he's pitted again. What's he doing? Oh, he must have spun. He must have had a major spin or something. So now Stevie comes into the pit. So we've actually seen it on camera, so we definitely know that Stevie's done his pit stop. So good out. There's Gummy Bear. Goes out of turn 3, followed by Bidzster, trying to catch him up. Onto the roof cam of Bidzster's car, into the left-hander. Pick up the power. Car twitching on those primary tyres. Flat out down the hill. Down to the bottom of the hill. You can see Gummy Bear there in the yellow car just ahead of us. Into the left. Little brush. Oh, the car, you can hear the tyre squeal. The car squirming for grip there. And can go more or less flat out through here. Maybe a little lift towards the end, but Bidzster more or less flat out through there. Gummy Bear makes a little mistake ahead, I think. So that's not going to help him out very much. Look at Gummy Bear's car. Bright yellow machine of Gummy Bear, the teammate to Stevie in the Team Penske Chevrolet. The bright yellow high-vis car of Gummy Bear ahead of the AJ4 Enterprises black and orange Honda of Bidzster. Followed by the independent Pertec Team Murray car of Johnny McMullen. So he's in a Chevrolet. We've got Neil Farmack in 4th in the second AJ4 Enterprises ABC sponsorship car, the Honda. And Blakeney in the first of the Andretti Autosport Hondas. His teammate is Keith behind him. There he is. He's a whole 30 seconds behind his teammate, so not worked out very well for this race, Keith. But there's Keith ahead, and there's Stevie. He's been lapped by the whole field, so Stevie's actually on lap 17, the rest are on 18. And obviously Gummy Bear and Bidzster are on 19 now, and Johnny as well, so they've all started lap 19, so a bit of a difference between the whole field here. So a couple of laps left in, or 3 laps left in this race, so this will be the last time round to do a pit stop. So this will be the last lap round to do a pit stop. We go out that corner then. Bidzster follows him behind. Trying to catch up to Gummy best he can. Gummy down the hill then. To the left, just missing the apex a little bit, just trying to be safe. No, I don't want to catch the curbs too much here and end up spinning out. Johnny comes through in 3rd. Round that long corner we go. Long radius, front left tyre screaming for mercy, of which we give it none. We like to abuse tyres here in LPB Racing. We like to burn rubber, because we are pure petrol heads all in here. Again, if you're looking for a championship to race in, obviously we're wanting more people for this, for Project Cars. Obviously obviously the racing will be a lot more exciting than this when there's more people on the track. So if you're interested, look up LPB Racing on Facebook. That's Lima Papa Bravo LPB Racing on Facebook, and we'd love to see more people entering. You have to have an assessment before you start, a driving assessment, to make sure that you're able to control the cars properly and all that kind of stuff, because obviously we are a championship league, so we don't want people who are just, we don't mind people that are brand new to the game, as long as they have practiced themselves and get up to a certain standard where they can actually drive laps clean, and also they can drive with other cars around them without causing incidents. So, which would be good. So if you're interested, look us up on Facebook, LPB Racing, as we look at Gummy Bear going down under the bridge, down towards turn 3 on the penultimate lap of this race now, lap 20 of 21, down to the second to last corner, nicely on the brakes, bit slow around there, but again, best to be slow and steady rather than fast and sorry, as you go up over the top of the hill there. Oh, he's lost it! He's lost it! Gummy Bear's lost it! No! He was doing so well, and he's gone right back down to 3rd. Johnny picks up 2nd on a silver platter, and Gummy Bear goes down to 3rd. So just I was praising his driving and saying he's been quite smooth, taking it easy. Sometimes taking it too easy can cause mistakes because you're not concentrating as much. Sometimes it's best to keep up a little bit more pace and keep the concentration, but still, Gummy Bear back down to 3rd place. Very unlucky spin there for him. He was looking set for his first victory of the season, but unfortunately that's not going to come, and Bidzster's probably going to get like his, I don't know, 10th, maybe 11th, I don't know, I've lost track, but Bidzster and ahead then, but he still can't rest because he's got Johnny McMullen breathing down his neck, only 1.5 seconds behind him, so 1.5 seconds between the two leaders. And I mean, Gummy Bear, hats off to him, he recovered quite quick from that, so he's not lost too much time to Johnny. So we've got roughly 1 second between Bidzster and Johnny, and between Johnny and Gummy Bear about 2 seconds, so it still can be done if Johnny makes a mistake. So we go on to the last lap of the race then. The top three all wanting the win. Bidzster with the advantage. Johnny hungry for the win, and so is Gummy Bear. But Gummy Bear will be on edge because obviously that spin, he'll not want to try and repeat that again. Down to the corner and on the power. Under the bridge. Down to the next one. Turn 2. So turn 3, sorry. The other 2. 3. There we are. Turn 3. Up over the curb. Bidzster takes a lot of inside curb there. 1.3 seconds to Johnny now. Johnny is pushing with all he can. But they don't want to make mistakes there. Bidzster nicely through that corner. Oh, Johnny's off onto the grass. Johnny's off. And this could be Gummy Bear's chance to get another position because he's lost time and lost traction. So he's got dirt on his tyres as well. Looks like Bidzster's home free as long as he don't make a mistake. But Johnny then makes a little mistake there and loses time. Oh, Gummy Bear's off. Gummy Bear's lost his chance of getting second now because he's gone wide as well. So it's all happening on this last lap. They're all pushing so hard that they're all making mistakes. They're all tripping over themselves, not other people. But still, it is part of racing. You push hard for the win. Sometimes you overdo it, sometimes you underdo it. But then sometimes you get it spot on like Bidzster's doing here. Round the right-hand corner, through the penultimate S's, and then up towards the last corner of Road America. So Bidzster is going to take yet another win this season. Keith slows down so he doesn't have to do another lap, so don't blame him. As Bidzster comes up to cross the line, weaves from side to side. Victory for Bidzster here at Road America. A very good second place for Johnny McMullen there. And then third for Gummy Bear. A good battle between the top three most of this race as well. Might not have been a war-to-war battle, a wheel-to-wheel battle, but it's been a good battle nonetheless of tactics and pace. Neil Farmack comes over the line. He's going to be in fourth place. Fourth place for the AJ40 Enterprises car of Neil Farmack. Well done to him. Fourth place. Blaney is going to be the last person on the lead lap to finish. He's in fifth. So he's definitely going to be fifth place, no matter what happens now. And Keith is going to be sixth, and Stevie will round off the 7. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay, guys, here's the results from that end. So Bidzster wins that race. Well done to Bidzster. Johnny McMullen in second place. Third place for Gummy Bear. Good position for him. Fourth for Neil Farmack. Fifth is Blakeney. Sixth is Keith. And Stevie rounds off the 7. So as you come back from that then, there is your winner of this race. Bidzster in the AJ40 Enterprises Honda. Let's get a good view of it there. There we are. So we'll see you guys next time for race 2. Take care, guys.